this person that I know said to me that, he asked me if I go out. No, I don't. I said I don't really like going out. It's not my thing. I'm kind of like a homebody. I like to be, in the house and do like movies and stuff like that. And he said, "Oh," and I said, "Right. So I'm kind of like an introvert like that." He goes, "Oh, so boring."
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
So then he was like, "You should really get out and go, because this person hangs out. He goes to clubs and bars and skating. He does all kinds of different things. So that would be an extrovert, right?" And I was like, "Well, that's just not my thing." He goes, "Yeah, but introverts are boring." And I just feel like that's not true. Introverts are not boring. Like, why do we always get painted as a boring person? I said to him, "Well, just because I don't go to clubs every single weekend, that makes me a boring person. Like, how's that make me boring?"
Yourself.
How, Sway?
I'm about to be 43 years old. How do I look going to if some of y'all go to the club every weekend, I don't know. If y'all in your 40s and y'all go to the club every single weekend, that's a lot.
Unless you own a club.
If you own a club, that's different. I was like, but does that make me boring? Why do introverts always get painted as boring people? We're really not boring.
Yeah, when I was in my 20s though, I used to go out every single weekend, 3 nights a week.
You did, remember that?
Yeah, and it's boring.
After
a while, it got boring to me. So
right.
I mean, because you see the same people. Even if you go to different clubs, sometimes you run into the same people all the time. Same music. You know what I mean? Same everything, and it's just after a while that gets boring.
It does.
And then you're broke too.
Right.
With that, it's just like because to go out a lot costs a lot of money. Like the drinks at clubs cost more than you just went to the grocery store. I mean, when I was in my early 20s, I went out just because I was newly grown, and I felt like I wanted to be around adults, drink and smoke because I used to smoke. Yeah, drink and smoke and be around other adults that are older than me. But I'm introverted by nature.
Right.
I mean, I've always had more fun just
me
being
too. Home
or with a small group of people.
So he's okay. So let me ask you this: what do you do for fun? Like, what's your fun things to do? I said, well, it's like I've said this on the show before that the things that I like to do for fun are things that I would already do at home. So like I watch movies at home, right, all the time. If I'm going out, I'm probably going to the movies.
Right.
I like to drink coffee and kind of like chat with like Kara, right, or a friend or whatever. If I go out, I'm usually at Starbucks or some kind of place where I'm able to chat. Right. It's kind of like the same things I do at home. It's my idea of fun, so I do out. I said, but it doesn't mean that like I'm okay with every once in a while spontaneous things, right? And I told him, I was like, well, what do you do that's so much fun? Because you're saying. He said, no, I'm just saying that I'm more excited. It's more exciting. It's more exciting if you get to always try something new.
I mean, extroverted people are mostly show-offs. They like to be around other people all the time. Like to be seen. They like to be, they like to be in the mix of the world, and that's all right. You know what I mean? That's my mother's an extroverted person. Yeah. Or mom, she's an extroverted person, and I mean, I get that. That's a personality trait, but fun is really in the eye of the beholder.
Right.
It's not like something that everybody doesn't like. You say, oh, it must be fun to go to Disney World. Not really. Not if you don't like that kind of fun. You know what I mean? Like it depends on who you are.
Yeah.
Like I do. I won't mind going out to a bar every few months. But then it's fun to me because I haven't been out so long.
Right.
But if I was to go every single week, it would just be like,
I can't do it.
First of all, I don't want to drink every day.
Right.
Second of all, I don't want to be around people,
Well, when you go to the bars and clubs and stuff, like, most of those people are in their 20s. And I don't know if y'all been, if y'all a little up there in the years, I don't know how y'all feel, but being around a bunch of 20-year-olds, and they're just having fun, so I'm not even mad at it, because but it is, and be double their age, it is a really like obnoxious feeling. Funny thing is that extroverted people, when they do hang out with me, it's usually like movies and dinner, that kind of thing. They end up having a really good time because I feel like you can use both. Everyone can have something of somebody that's good. Like I like extroverted people sometimes because they can get me out of my shell and get me up and out, right? And then usually, even though they say they're not going to have fun, they usually do with me because I'm like very nostalgic. Like I like, you know, older shows and movies and stuff like that. So it's kind of fun for me, and which is fun for them. But don't you just feel like the company that you're with, that's what makes it fun?
Yeah, I mean,
you know,
all of my friends outside of you are extroverted. You know what I mean? All of my friends, like, so even like when I date men I date have all been extroverted men. So I mean, there is some part of me I think that wants to experience something outside of myself, but I still think that because I am naturally extrovert or introverted, that I do just tend to like being at home. That I think that being older, I don't want to be out till 2 o'clock in the morning. I don't think it's, I don't know. I know this is like superficial, but I think it makes you look old.
It does.
Because you don't get enough sleep. Because when you're older, when you're in your 40s, you do have to be conscious of too much drinking, too much partying.
And being around people
your face and your skin, everything doesn't bounce back like it used to when you were in your 20s. Where you could sleep till 3 o'clock in the morning and go to work the next day.
And y'all seen our skincare regimen. We don't play with that.
I don't want to be around a lot of and right now many people aren't because of COVID-19, so a lot of people aren't going, and plus who wants to go to a bar and they have to wear a mask.
I said this. I was like, so your fun is very, very dull to me. I said, because hearing the same music, talking to the same people, and then all these loud, obnoxious, it's just that.
My dream is to find an introverted person, but I just know I'm going to marry an extrovert person.
Me too, I know.
I just know it. I know that's what's going to happen. And you know what? Any guy that's interested in me right now, they're all extroverted. All of them. And I'm interested in them. It's not like they're good looking.
Well, it's a good balance.
It's a good balance. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So maybe it's a good thing. Maybe it's good. Maybe it would be a good thing. But
so I think there is some part of me that is that wants to I like to be with extroverted people, but I don't want to be out all the time. I wouldn't mind going to Disney World with my Disney World with my husband and my family, but then I don't want to go see fireworks.
No,
because I don't want to be smashed around people standing around looking at lights in the sky. No. Like that's not, even though you know what I mean. But some people they have see what I'm saying. It all depends on what we're doing too.
Right.
Like, I don't want to be at a bar till 3 o'clock in the morning. That's just not going to happen for me. I have to go.
The last time I went to a club was when I was in New York, and I was in my early 30s at that point, and I'm like, this is not fun. It wasn't. It's not like it was when I was 22. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like it just even then it didn't even feel right. That's in New York. The clubs there are really fun. Like they're supposed to be really fun. They
all that music after a while, that loud music, and then I don't drink very much. So I don't want to have too much alcohol. I don't want to be exhausted in the morning. And then
the men always try to cop a cheap feel. Yeah. They always try to do that. Like it's just the whole situation is just too much for me. I can't.
I mean, for me, partying like that is for the young. But for a lot of people,
for the young,
it is for the young.
Right. So just please stop thinking. Just because you go out to a club or a bar, that does not mean that you're like the funnest person in the world.
I am an introverted person,
and I love that about myself. So if that's considered boring,
then okay,
I like it.